Thank you and welcome back to being there on your choice number one BRTV channel 102. We are here live on your TSTV decoder. So tell your neighbor to tell their neighbors that it's time to get more information about people, politics, economy, and governance. It's a one-talk shop. We're so delighted every evening sitting out here to dish out to you what's trending and what's happening in our society. Nigeria is where we are keeping an eye on our nation. Thank you for being part of the show. My name is Abasi Odu Idion. You can follow me on your social media handles at Abso Baba. Good evening. I'm not here alone. I'm here with the former senior advisor to Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari on the prosecution and former chairman on the panel for recovery of public property. 29 years after Abiola Kingibe, Tinubu resurrect Muslim Ticket, picks Shetima as running mate. Leadership reports that the Tinubu's choice of the former Borno State governor, talking about Senator Kashim Shetima, is a throwback to 29 years of what we had in 1993, the general elections, when business mogul and philanthropist MKO Abiola of blessed memory chose Ambassador Babagana Kingibe, also a Muslim, as his vice presidential candidate under the Social Democratic Party, the SDP, in the aborted Third Republic. The question is, why the hula baloo about the Muslim ticket, as though it's something new to us? Well, I have someone who is going to talk more about it. He's a widely read and experienced politician. Let me give the floor to Okoi Obono-Obla. Welcome to Nigeria Watch once again.
Thank you.
Nigeria, a multi-ethnic society. You can hear the noise, the outcry. Nigerians, some, in quote, saying, we're not ripe for the Muslim ticket.
Why are we not right?
You may have to tell me.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, there's something like Muslim. What we should be talking about is the joint tickets of Senator Bola Tinubu and Senator Kashim Shetima. The Muslim is nonsensical as far as I'm concerned. It's people who are trying to drag this country into a religious crisis. And we should avoid it because it's dangerous. Lebanon did that, and Lebanon has not recovered. Lebanon used to be called the Paris of the Middle East. The economy was very good. The standard of living was very high. But today, Lebanon will soon go the way of Sri Lanka, because of excessive, involvement of religious matters in governance, in politics, in the life of the country. So we should avoid that in Nigeria.
Why you say we should avoid? Nigeria is a secular state.
Yes, Nigeria is a secular state. So why are we talking about religion? Why are we talking about the Muslim ticket?
Most of the outcry we have out there is about balance.
Yeah.
And in politics,
what do you call balance? The balance, as far as I'm concerned, and what we see in other countries that practice presidentialism, presidential system of government, like the US, the balance ticket is not on religious grounds. It's to balance geographically, ideologically, and maybe personality.
And you are yet to have a president of the U.S. from perhaps the Arab or Muslim
exactly.
community?
We have not had. And even in America, if you look at American history, in the past 300 years, the Catholics are about 70,420,000 Americans are Catholics. The first Catholic president emerged in 1961, when John Kennedy was the first Catholic president. And when he was assassinated, we didn't have another Catholic president until Biden came on board. So in the history of America, despite the fact that the Catholics are very strong, they are about 70 million, we have only had 2 Catholic presidents in America.
Okay.
Yes.
Now the peculiarities about Nigeria.
Yes, Nigeria.
Like I read out to you, it's about 29 years ago.
Yes, but there are precedents about Nigeria. Look, General Yakubu Gowon became head of state. on the 29th of July 1966 and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Republic of Nigeria. In his government, there was a position known as Chief of Staff Supreme Headquarters. That's the equivalent of the Vice President today. And you know what? Who was the first? The first Chief of Staff to General Yakubu Gowon in 1966 was Vice Admiral Joseph Edet Akinwale. He was the first Chief of Staff Supreme Headquarters. He was a Christian. And Gowon was a Christian. The second Chief of Staff Supreme Headquarters, Major General Emmanuel Ekpo, who is from our part of the country, he was also a Christian. So the Chief of Naval Staff was a Christian. The Chief of Air Staff was a Christian. The Vice Chairman of the Federal Executive Council was Chief Obafemi Awolowo. He was a Christian.
So at what point, sorry for cutting you,
yes.
At what point did religion become an issue in our country?
Maybe in the early 1990s or late 1980s, when Nigeria joined ICO, and it was politicized as usual. So that is when we started, dragging religion into governance politics in Nigeria.
There have been insinuations that President Muhammadu Buhari's administration has not had equitable balance in terms of appointment in his administration.
Yes.
And that has also brewed some fumes among
I don't think so. I don't subscribe to that. I think, I don't know where they are coming from.
They are coming from the fact that most of the regions in the country have been sidelined in terms of appointments.
I don't know. And
over time, this has caused agitation.
No, I don't think so. It's people who are trying to blackmail the government. I'm not talking for the government. I was part of the government from 2015 to 2019 when I left. The government was fairly balanced because if you look at the ministers, we have 36 states. We have ministers from all the 36 states. Okay? We have also permanent secretaries from all the 36 states. We have ambassadors. We have other appointees, like senior advisors and so forth and so on. And when I left, it was evenly balanced. Every part of the country had representation.
One of the key agendas of the government, I'm talking about the APC-led administration, was to see to the fact that Nigerians were promised, President Muhammadu Buhari promised Nigerians that he's going to fight corruption to a standstill. And you found yourself in a position where you were in a panel in terms of public property recovery.
Yes.
Would you adjudge President Buhari's corruption exercise as just, fair, and how would you rate it?
Well, I don't want to talk about that today. Let's talk about the joint ticket of Senator Shettima.
There are a lot of components to what we are saying.
Yes, sir.
Because it started from somewhere and it has brought us to the level that we are at the moment, where we are talking about Muslim Ticket. At what point did Nigerians feel dissatisfied with the issues like this, and where do we go from here?
I think it was the way the opposition, PDP, let me be blunt, in 2015, when they tried to portray the president as somebody who is will not be fair to all religious groups, all the ethnic groups in the country. And I don't think that is also a true picture they were trying to present of Mr. President. So they overheated the polity. They tried to create the impression that the president, a Muslim, should not run against the incumbent president then, Goodluck Jonathan. Yeah. So that is, I think, what has made Nigerians with very, very, very alarmed about religion. But I think we should avoid it. And I commend Senator Bola Tinubu for setting a precedent, for having the courage to say, look, I'm not going to be part of this. I'm looking for a competent associate, because the vice president is an associate of the president. And the presidential candidate has a right, is given the prerogative to nominate somebody who is going to be his associate. And he has done that. So why are we looking at it from the religious point of view? I don't think it's right. We should avoid that.
Okay, what I'm asking at the moment is, going forward,
Yes.
what are we indoctrinating Nigerians with? Looking at the fact that the outcry has been alarming, and there has been intensity in terms of balance. And culturally, the people have had the thinking that a government as sensitive as that of President Muhammadu Buhari would be thinking of every other component in terms of religions, in terms of culture, in terms of tradition. And if you look at it, there are also some faith that has not been carried along.
Yes, I think the narrative that this country is made up of Muslims and Christians is wrong. What of those millions of Nigerians who are not, Christians, who are not Muslims? They are so marginalized. Nobody talks about them. Okay, so
are you talking about the native doctors?
Well, we don't call them native doctors. That is colonial mentality, because the colonialists, when they came, they wanted to show that we are not civilized people. Okay, so they dismiss the African traditional religion. They dismiss it as what you have just mentioned, native doctors. But it is not true that African traditional religion is all about native doctors. I don't even like to use that word, native doctors. This is a religion that's been practiced by people for millions of years. Islam came from the Middle East. Christianity came as a result of colonialism. But the African traditional religion is authentic, undiluted Africa. So if we do not have the incursion of Islam, we have incursion of Christianity, all of us would have been adherents of African traditional religion. Just like in Japan, the Japanese people, the Buddhists, in India, so forth and so on.
Okay, in case you've just joined us, I'm speaking with Okoi Obono-Obla, a former SA to President Muhammadu Buhari. Thank you for being there. This is Nigeria Watch, and we're back in case you've just joined us. We're taking a swipe at what is APC's decision by the presidential flag bearer, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, former governor of Lagos State, who is just took a decision to take Senator Kashim Shettima as his running mate. There's been uproar and, of course, outcry by those who said at a time like this, the country needs to strike a balance in terms of religion. Talking about the most prominent religion in Nigeria at the moment, Christianity, and of course, Muslim community. There's been people resigning. Recently, we heard the former governorship aspirant in the Rivers State talking about Tonye Prince Will just resigned.
These people just came into the party because the party won election.
Let's take a look at the ideology,
yes,
the striking psychological balance of a section of people whom you're going to be governing, having this mindset and thinking that they are not at the word go carried along.
No, everybody is being carried along. All this uproar is by the few elites who have held this country down, who have used religion and as a